Over $600 billion was spent on digital advertising globally in 2023. Can you believe that? And a massive portion of that budget went straight toward polished banner ads, with click-through rates sitting way below 1%. Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving into a full diagnostic breakdown of exactly why your banners aren't converting. You know the story. The banners look gorgeous, the colors are perfectly on brand, the logo is right there, and yet literally almost nobody clicks. Why? Well, because most banners are designed to look attractive. But attractive and converting are absolutely not the same thing. They're not even close. A professionally polished banner with zero conversion strategy is basically the digital equivalent of a billboard that nobody slows down to read. It fills space, but it doesn't drive action. By the way, to help you fix this, I've linked the full written guide covering everything we're about to discuss in the description below. Real quick, here's our exact roadmap for this explainer. 1. The wasted budget problem. 2. 5 core design principles. 3. 6 silent banner mistakes. 4. Campaign-specific design strategy. 5. The perfect designer brief. And 6. The mandatory banner audit. Stick with me because I'm going to give you a clear masterclass that will diagnose your broken strategies and give you immediate, actionable fixes. Section 1. The wasted budget problem. Let's look at why your banners fail. So when you really think about that $600 billion global ad spend stat I just mentioned, it highlights a painful reality and really a fundamental misunderstanding of design. Businesses are constantly measuring the wrong types of banners against the wrong metrics. The problem usually isn't your media budget, the targeting, or the platform itself. It's the core thinking behind the banner. This right here brilliantly illustrates the single most expensive mistake you can make: measuring a brand awareness banner against conversion metrics. Think about it. A brand awareness banner is specifically designed for recognition and recall. It prioritizes logo visibility, consistent brand colors, and it's measured by impressions and overall reach. But a conversion banner? Entirely different beast. It is designed purely for action. It prioritizes message clarity, benefit specificity, and highly visible calls to action. It's measured by click-through rate, cost per acquisition, and return on ad spend. When you produce brand awareness banners but measure them against those hard conversion metrics, the results are going to disappoint every single time, even if the banner looks wildly professional. According to some absolutely fascinating research by the Nielsen Norman Group, banner recall depends almost entirely on how much cognitive effort the viewer has to spend to understand it. Let me be clear on this. Cognitive effort is the real CTR killer. Banners that communicate their offer in under 2 seconds, just 2 seconds of casual glance time, consistently outperform banners that require active reading. The moment a viewer actually has to work to understand what you're offering, that click is already gone. Oh, and you can find the full breakdown of how to practically test your own methodologies against this 2-second standard in the full blog guide linked in the description. Section 2, 5 core design principles. These are your rules for conversion. What we're looking at here are the exact, absolute, non-negotiable rules that actually turn viewers into clickers. And a quick warning, violate even one of these and you destroy your conversion rates, even if everything else is flawless. Principle 1 is strictly one message per banner. Not a primary message and a secondary offer, just one clear message built around the single most compelling reason your target viewer needs to click. Principle 2 is visual hierarchy. You have to dictate the eye path via size, contrast, and placement. Your viewer's eyes should naturally flow from the headline directly down to the call to action, with absolutely nothing interrupting that journey. That brings us perfectly to Principle 3, the CTA contrast rule. Now, this one is highly counterintuitive for a lot of brands, but here's the truth. Your CTA button literally earns more visual real estate than your logo on any conversion-focused banner. Why? Well, because people don't click your logo. They click the button that promises them something specific. A CTA beats the logo in visual hierarchy every single time, and it absolutely must be in a contrasting color that pulls the pattern-scanning eye automatically. Moving on, Principle 4 is all about color psychology matched to your specific campaign goal. Red communicates urgency for sales. Blue communicates trust, which is great for financial services. Green signals go or action for most industries. The emotional response of the color must match the action you want them to take. Finally, Principle 5, a strict maximum of 2 font types. You want to use a 3-tier size hierarchy, largest for your headline, second largest for the CTA, and visibly smaller for your supporting copy. Doing this is absolutely crucial to prevent cognitive visual noise. Section 3, 6 silent banner mistakes. Let's uncover those hidden CTR killers. We are now pivoting to the hidden killers of your ad budget. These are the 6 silent mistakes that make a banner completely fail, even when it looks perfectly professional. The banner runs, but the conversions just never arrive. Let's rapid fire these. Mistake number 1, having way too many messages, which basically means the banner effectively says nothing clearly to anyone. Mistake 2 is a vague call to action. Things like learn more or click here, those produce measurably fewer clicks. To expand on that, specific benefit-driven CTAs significantly outperform generic ones. For example, get your free quote tells the viewer exactly what they receive. Generic CTAs tell them almost nothing. Mistake 3 is a massive one, mobile optimization failure. This is when your text becomes completely illegible on a phone, or a CTA designed for a mouse click is just way too small for a thumb tap. Mistake 4 is the friction caused by off-brand colors and fonts. If there's inconsistency between your banner and your landing page, it creates immediate doubt in the user, rather than confidence. Mistake 5 is simply using poor image quality or the wrong file format. Pro tip, use JPG for solid backgrounds and PNG for anything needing transparency. And finally, I want to heavily emphasize mistake 6, zero A/B testing. Look, running just one variant is guessing. It's not marketing. You must test headlines, colors, and images. But the absolute golden rule here is you must have a 1,000 impression minimum rule per variant before you draw any conclusions from your A/B tests. Anything less is just noise. Section 4, Campaign-Specific Design Strategy. Context is everything. Here's the deal. Standard evergreen brand banners will fail as promotional creative. Specific campaigns require specific visual logic. If you're doing a product launch, your communication goals are threefold. 1, something new exists. 2, it's worth paying attention to. And 3, the viewer should act right now. A pre-launch teaser tactic, like partially obscuring the product, builds immense anticipation. Now, for flash sales, urgency colors like red, orange, and yellow consistently outperform other colors. And using a real countdown timer showing specific hours and minutes produces much higher click-through rates than just a static ends today label. For holidays, you've got to navigate this tricky seasonal tension between seasonal familiarity and your core brand consistency. The trick is to use your brand colors as the dominant palette, but just introduce seasonal accent elements. Check this out. A highly counterintuitive finding in conversion optimization is that a single static hero image consistently outperforms image sliders. Seriously. Sliders ask the visitor to choose between rotating options, while a static hero presents one unambiguous message that is immediately actionable. By the way, I cover this exact testing methodology and a whole lot more in the full blog guide, which again is linked in the description below. Section 5, the perfect designer brief. Let's look at the upstream conversion fix. Let's deliver the upstream fix right now. The hard truth here? It's vague briefs, not a lack of design talent or budget, that produce generic, underperforming banners. A strong brief gives your designer everything they need to literally build conversion strategy into the design itself. There are 4 mandatory elements you must provide before design begins. 1, your explicit campaign goal. Is it conversion, awareness, or engagement? 2, the specific target audience. 3, your upfront brand assets, like vector logos and exact color hex codes. And 4, the exact sizes and formats listed explicitly. I cannot stress this enough. Discovering a missing size after approval is arguably the most expensive, completely avoidable disaster in banner design. Here is an absolutely fascinating data point for you. According to Google's own display advertising data, professionally designed creatives achieve click-through rates up to 3 times higher than banners produced without design expertise. Because creative quality is such a powerful variable, I actually want to offer you a genuine shortcut. There are professional banner designers out there who deliver highly conversion-focused sets at a fraction of agency rates. I've placed a link to a top-rated specialist designer gig in the description below. I highly recommend checking them out. They build this exact conversion strategy into every single banner, right from your brief. Section 6, the mandatory banner audit. Time for some high urgency action. This is your high urgency call to action. I want you to take control over your highest traffic placement. Open up your highest traffic banner right now and force yourself to answer this 3-question diagnostic audit. 1, does it communicate its core offer in under 2 seconds of casual glancing? 2, is the call to action button in a color that genuinely contrasts with the background? And 3, does it have only one clear message? If it fails any of those 3 checks, you have a conversion problem that throwing a bigger media budget at simply will not fix. The creative is the lever here, not the budget, and it is entirely within your control. Before you go, please check the description right now. You're going to find the link to the full written guide containing all the frameworks and templates we discussed today, as well as the link to that top-rated professional designer I mentioned who can honestly just handle all of this for you. If this explainer changed how you think about banner design, please hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a guide on growing your business. And finally, drop a comment below and answer this exact question for me. Which of the 6 silent mistakes did you recognize in your own banners? Be honest. I read every single comment and I will personally reply to yours. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll patch you in the next explain.